Jack Ryder.
And I'm Sissy Humps, and we're here live from New York, welcoming you to ANN's annual New Year special.
Wrapping up the last few years and decorating them with a golden bow. Just like a present.
This special will be a real eye-opener for those of you who aren't kept up with the news. Brace yourselves, Southerners.
Our first big event this year was the presidential election. Who doesn't love a good presidential election?
Right? Especially this one, as things heated up between the Whig and Democrat parties, resulting in the extreme loss of Mr. Winfield's old fuss and feather Scott, the last ever candidate of the dying Whig Party, to Mr. Franklin Doughface Pierce. Both of these candidates displayed similarly interesting views regarding slavery during this election, which you'll see more of soon in our show. Oh, and let's not forget our third party candidate, Mr. John P. Hale of the Free Soil Party, representing the single issue of complete abolitionism, pushing for a country full of free and able men living on free soil. He had no chance, but he sure did put up a good fight. And now, before our extended segment on the election, oops, I've just now been notified that I made a gargantuan mistake when I said that the Whig Party is dead. The Whig Party is alive and thriving, because this news special is sponsored by the Whig Party. The most fun party there is. It's always a party with us.
Fresh out of the closet. Hello everybody, audience, simmer. I would just like to introduce everybody to our two wonderful people here today. One is the President Franklin Pierce, audience, simmer, welcome. And the other is the presidential candidate for the Whig Party. Unfortunately he lost, but we're so happy he could be here today, Winfield Scott! Whoa, simmer, no hostility, audience. Everyone's a winner here. Okay everybody, now let's go right into the questions. So, I heard because of your similar stances, this election really came down to your two personalities. Pierce, do you think you have a better personality than Mr. Scott over there? Oh, okay. And there you have it, folks. The one with the shining personality is our new president! Woo! Audience, simmer. Mr. Winfield Scott, this one's for you. To realize that your loss in this election basically represents current divisions in the Whig Party, namely over the issue of slavery. Do you think this will be the end of the Whig Party?
Let's just say that the Whig Party is pretty much
the best. Now to you, Johnson, for insight of Harriet Beecher Stowe's bestseller, Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Thank you, Ryder and Humps. Not only is the book raking up ethical dirt on slavery, but it is also successfully demonstrating the importance of women amidst difficult moral issues and is proving to be a hit amongst many feminists already. Also, the book highlights the importance of Christianity. As for the reactions, most Southerners, including renowned novelist William Gilmore Simms, seem to be riled up by this book, angrily claiming that Stowe inaccurately depicts the Southern lifestyle. One man in Mobile, Alabama was completely ostracized from the town when he tried to sell Uncle Tom's Cabin, while another Southerner sent Stowe an ear that they had cut off from one of their slaves. Stowe's response to the madness of it all, she recently released the following statement in response to the disturbing ear that she received in the mail. Mother always told me, you can never have too many ears. Ears were very important to her because she was born completely earless. And so I received this gift of a new ear with pride and added it to my box collection. My mistake. I've just been notified that Miss Stowe did not, in fact, say anything like that. Miss Stowe, however, did defend her supposedly factual ideas of slavery, stating that she had based much of the novel in stories she'd heard from escaped slaves in the city of Cincinnati. Stowe also released a book called A Key to Uncle Tom's Cabin to clarify and validate any misunderstandings. She takes it on a more blunt and aggressive tone in this book, hoping to speak to the critics. One of the opening statements of the defensive novel as it follows: "Even people who want to hate on me, they cannot even shut down the fact that I am literally what is everyone talking about now. I don't want to say that I am on top right now. I feel like I'm kind of an underdog in a cool way. It's almost punk rock to like me because it's not the right thing to do. Like society wants to shut me down." Once again, I apologize for the falsity of the last statement and for any confusion caused by the term punk rock. I am not quite sure what it is. Our files have gotten it mixed up so that was actually a statement made in an interview by someone named Miley Cyrus.
Genius.
Anyway, here's the correct quote from Mrs. Stowe. "This work, more perhaps than any other work of fiction that ever was written, has been a collection and arrangement of real incidents, of actions really performed, of words and expressions really uttered, grouped together with reference to a general result. In the same manner that the mosaic artist groups his fragments of various stones into one general picture. His is a mosaic of gems, this is a mosaic of facts." However well-researched and eloquent Stowe's writing seems to be, it is shocking to see the resistance that Southerners have had to reading it. I mean, I've never before seen Southerners simply reject reading like this. You'd think that their excellent education system would have something to do about it. Those Southerners will seemingly do anything to maintain their slave-based economy and lifestyle, even passing up an educational read. In closing, at least Stowe has the people going. Along with the Southern contempt, also has the inspiration of many Northern abolitionists as a result of Stowe's novel. Because of time limits, we won't delve into Northern reactions tonight, but I will tell you that myself, as a New England resident, have never witnessed such fervor in New England as I see right now in its abolitionist agenda. And most of it is a result of this single book that is giving its readers a graphically honest view of slavery. Perhaps Stowe's work is just the catalyst needed to decide which long-term direction our nation will finally take on its seemingly endless issue. Here's a look back to you, Ryder and Humps, right after these messages from our sponsor.
Due to unforeseen events and a lack of funding, the Whig Party was not able to develop the promo. Instead, here's a picture of Morgan Freeman holding up a picture of a dolphin. Wow.
Thank you, Mr. Tippington. All hopes of a speedy national agreement on slavery have been dashed by the recently passed Kansas-Nebraska Act. Remember the Missouri Compromise, that nice passage that set up an intricate balance between slaves and free states? Yes, well, that did an excellent job of completely reversing that compromise. As of 2 years ago, 1854, Congress had decided that, rather than ensuring that all states are pleased by the equal number of slave and free states, a sort of vigilante law system would take its place, using a new method called popular sovereignty, which allowed both new western territories of Kansas and Nebraska to decide for themselves which way they want to go. The legality of this act is still being debated and procrastinated in our national legislature. The two main political parties, Democrats and Whigs, seem to be transforming before our eyes as Whigs give way to the Republicans.
Lies! Lies! The Whigs will live on eternally!
Democrats rule the South while Republicans rule the North. And now more than ever, slavery is the hot topic. Sure sounds chaotic, doesn't it? But rest assured, for as we've learned from experience, resting the fate of the entire country on a decision made by newborn states usually works out for the best. Or as one Southern slave-owning intellectual reassuringly phrased it while defending his decision to take his entire family to Kansas in order to have each of them vote pro-slavery, "You don't have to worry about Kansas, at least. The South is correct 1 bazillion% of the time." I believe it's appropriate to end our special here after a few more short announcements. But first, a message from our sponsors. The Whig Party. Come on, please. What do you got to lose? On the next part of our special, which airs tomorrow night, we'll be looking at U.S. economic, as well as U.S. foreign affairs, including the U.S. minting of a $3 gold coin, as well as setting up the USA office and the effect of these metal dealings on our economy. We'll be looking at Commodore Matthew Perry's successful restoration in Japan, as well as our Gadsden purchase.
There is nothing you can do that I've not already done to myself.